I'm a medical illustrator, and I'm kind of curious to hear more about like how nursing has kind of influenced you and played a part of your story.
Yeah. I sort of fell into nursing through not wanting to decide what else I wanted to do. And my brother and sister were both nurses. So I was like, whatever. Um, and I love people, and I really value the relationship that nurses have with their patients because they are physically next to them when they are experiencing some of like the hardest things they've ever experienced. And I think it's such a privilege to be able to help them brush their teeth in that like I just love nursing for that reason. Um, and I think it informs some of what I do, and that I get to complain about sort of nurse culture and the whole there were a lot of nurses making TikToks at work, and I hated that. And so I would talk about that, but don't do that. But yeah.
Hi, Sam. Thank you for your story. What's the name of your church?
Um, yeah, so I don't go to church anymore. But the church that I went to that was super helpful for me was First Covenant, um, right by the U.S. Bank Stadium. Really awesome place.
Thank you. I just want to say thank you for your talk. I went to Northwestern and came out as
Ah,
gay later, so a
yes.
lot of empathy for your story. um, how does how does your family relate to like your online content? Like, do they watch it or do you like family stay away?
Yeah, good question. So it's all when I first started doing stand up. One thing that my parents did that I loved is they were like, "We'd love to come to a show, but like you just let us know when you're comfortable with us being there." And so I got to sort of pick which one to be the first one. And you sort of change your set to be like, yeah. But I recently hosted my first show, and it was so fun. And they wanted to come to that. It was a fundraiser. It was awesome. And they heard a lot of things. um, but yeah, and like my siblings are super supportive, and yeah, that's sort of how they interact with it. Oh my god, I'm so good. That she was not a paid actor, okay? She's not a plant, but I do have an upcoming show on the 22nd, and it's almost sold out. So you guys should come at Sisyphus. And if you can't come to that one, that's okay. Sisyphus has really good shows all the time, but that's gonna be one that you should go to.
Hi, hello.
Hello.
Thank you so much for your talk today. It was really wonderful.
Thank
I
you.
love how you brought it back to the sense of joy that you find in your identity. Could you speak to some of the things that give you a sense of joy as a gay man, as a queer person?
Yes. I think one of the first moments, sort of as I was coming to terms with my identity, in finding joy in it, was I was at Lush with some other gay friends, and we were watching the finale of RuPaul's Drag Race, and it literally felt like the Super Bowl. Um, like a little tipsy. I was rooting for Sasha. Um, but I think just that sense of community was so huge for me. Um, and yeah, I just think, how else do I find joy in it? I don't know. I just think queer people are so resilient. And I love that we have been able to create our own spaces and thrive in them. And yeah, yeah, that's my answer for it. I don't know.
Hi, Sam.
Hi.
I'm also a stand up. And lately, with stuff in the news, I feel a little bit more bogged down, and it's been harder for me to kind of put pen to paper and create because I just kind of feel this negativity. What lifts you up in moments like that? What inspires you to create when, everything in the world's going on? Sorry if that was too long.
No, not too long. Um, That's a great question. What? I don't know. A lot of my sort of inspiration comes from going on little walks. not not super helpful, but and I prefer that it happens in the winter because I will wear. Okay, one is a pastry and one is a thing you wear on your neck. Ba- Which one's the pastry? Baklava is the pastry. What's the? That is so dumb. That is so dumb. And I'm not retaining that. Okay, but I go on little walks, and I don't have any. I don't try to like. I don't intend to make things or come up with ideas, but I go with my whatever this thing is. And I like that it's in the winter because I have an excuse to wear it because I talk to myself, and I would love it if people didn't see that when I'm going on walks. But that's sort of, at least for stand-up, that's sort of how I can sparse out if something is funny said out loud or not. And otherwise, I just drive around. Sorry, Greta. And then that's sort of when I will come up with ideas. But as far as, I don't know, I think it's important to notice that you're bogged down, and a lot of my most successful little bits are ones that come from just honestly explaining how I feel, and finding the humor in that. And I think that's super powerful. I think I think you get to be more honest on stage when you're like, I'm super bogged down. I don't know. I think you can get bits from that too, and other people will relate because we're all bogged down, you know.
When is your next scheduled oil change?
She works for Walzer. I don't know. Look at this sticker that you put on my car. That's when it is. I should check. No, it's February. I do know that. Thank you for keeping me accountable, though. Yes. Yeah, so one of my favorite local ones is Davon Bland, and you should all follow him on Instagram. He's one of the smartest people I've ever met, and he makes me feel smart when he talks about movies. It's super funny. And then I love Meg Stalter. She's one of my favorites. And then Chris Fleming is one of my other favorites. Yeah, Mike Birbiglia has a really good Old Man in the Pool special. Those are some of my favorites. Okay.
Hey, thanks. That was great. I
Thank
appreciate it. Yeah. Did you drink the apple juice milk concoction?
Oh my God. I bet that I did.
You just blocked it out.
Probably. I had to. Both drink it and block it out. I think that I did. I don't have a definite answer. But I probably did. You know?
Thank you.
I don't know.
Okay, let's give him a round of applause.
Thank you.
Kind of a odd last question to end on, but I think it makes sense. It's good.